Hey guys, Rachel Gravenhofer here with Cosmetics and Toiletries, coming to you with my latest Consumer Pulse report, where I look at the top trending searches that relate to cosmetics and makeup and skincare, and I also give you some of the top C&T headlines this week. So to kick things off, let's take a look at the Google searches. I looked at the subject of makeup. It's not loading, but I did, for the past 7 days and globally within the beauty category. So you could see here rising in interest are searches on makeup professional, up more than 4,000%. And also this other makeup professional, I think it's in Romanian, if I did my Google Translate correctly. Also, this one's up over 1,700%. So professional makeup seems to be trending for some reason. I didn't see any news headlines that related to a specific kind of product. My general search, and many of you probably know this, but it seemed to relate to heavily pigmented products with good coverage, with lasting effects, the types that the pro makeup artists would use. So there's interest in that. I'm going to come back to this third item here, but I'm going to go back one to number 2 here. The Olympic Winterspiel snowboard halfpipe, more and more, up 4,100%. Obviously, I think this is in German, but I looked to see, the Olympics are going on right now. So I thought, okay, what are some headlines related to this? And this was a report from February 11th in VC Star, I think it said, talking about the Team USA's snowboarders, then what their go-to beauty products are. So you could see, I'm not going to dig too deeply here, but just skimming it here, you could see some of the products that they talk about are this Juicy Lip Balm Gloss from Tarte, this lip cheek stain from Benetint, Rhode's Pocket Blush, Batiste Original Dry Shampoo. So this was in the headlines recently, and of course the Olympics are all over the place right now, so that's gained some interest. So I think together those might be some of the reasons that people are searching on it. Let me go back to this. Let me see here. The Maquillage Professional, and you can see professional spelled the same way here. From what I found, this number 3 search was actually in Romanian. I didn't find any specific headlines on trends that are happening in Romanian makeup, but I just thought it was an interesting fact that a lot of the searches are coming from there. So just wanted to highlight that. Next up, microneedle patches are up. They've been on the upswing. You could see it's kind of had an M-shaped curve here, not K-shaped like they talk about the market, but an M-shaped. So it's up again. This is up 389%. This is in the last 2 years in search volume. Obviously, they're microneedle patches to provide delivery into the skin mainly. We've seen a lot of effort in dissolvable ones recently in terms of how to deliver those active ingredients, APIs, into the skin for anti-aging effects. Also, I've seen them for like acne and acne prevention, acne care, I guess, to mitigate acne. So just wanted to highlight that. And microneedle patches, there's some interest going on there. I did see also this open PR report about microneedling market is on the upswing. I don't know if it gave me a CAGR. Yeah, a 10.3%. So that's significant. But so this is a report on open PR if you want to dig deeper, but it's talking about microneedling. So, which is kind of semi-derm cosmetic in that area. And we've talked a lot about that in recent weeks. Also here, Exploding Topics had lymphatic drainage, another dermocosmetic topic. This is specific to tools. It's up 278%, and it's kind of been on the climb, you could see. I had to dig into this a little bit. I'm less familiar with these tools, but I really, it's about how to detoxify the skin. They're little like marble and metal, I want to say interesting little shaped tools that you kind of rub along different ways to kind of stimulate everything in the skin and the body's own detox kind of processes. But there's some talk here about how they're being used to, let's see, reduce puffiness, and often appealing to those interested in holistic health. So we're kind of looking at the whole body thing again, how beauty from within, and using these tools are supposed to help do that. But I did look up just sort of, I found this on e-news. I'm not shopping. Lymphatic drainage is the #1 wellness trend of 2025. Of course, that's what they're declaring. But I just thought it was interesting that this was highlighted recently in a story. That's one of the headlines I found related to it. So that could be part of the reason there's interest in it. But yeah, some interesting, almost spa derm-like topics this week. I also wanted to highlight Dark Chocolate Secret Weapon for you lovebirds out there, Valentine's weekend. There's a study that shows that the theobromine in dark chocolate is, let's see if it's associated with markers, epigenetic markers that were for lower age markers. I can't say it quite right. People with higher levels of theobromine in their blood had a biological age that was less than their actual age. So I thought that that was sort of interesting. I don't remember, this was a few months back. But I just highlighted this. I want, take a look if you want to dig into it, but, it kind of relates to the theme for this weekend. Let's see. And then I also wanted to highlight this article by Casey Colony, who wrote it for C&T. She dug into a L'Oreal patent that is focused on targeting cortisol for hair loss. And it relates to an indigo plant and a couple of other actives. You can dig into this deeper. But she actually interviewed a couple of experts for us. If you look further down, Barbara Brockway, and let's see, Jill Westgate. But anyways, they talk about some of the significance of these findings and, this approach and what it needs to do to make it mainstream. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great weekend. See you again next week. And then thanks for joining me. Hope you found this insightful, if not a little entertaining per usual. So thanks again.